Welcome back to Houston Live. Today we are turning up the heat with some of Houston's finest, some of the incredible firefighters featured in the 2025 Houston Firefighter Calendar. They will join us. But hold your horses, because first we got to chat about the Houston Professional Firefighters Association and the work they do and the impact of calendar sales. I am joined now by HPFFA President Marty Langton and Foundation Director Laura Stein. Welcome back to Houston Life. I can't believe it's been a full year. We were just chatting about this. Time for the calendar. Marty, I'll start with you. The proceeds from this calendar, they really play a critical role. Obviously, the calendar is fun, it's lighthearted, it's sizzling. We look forward to it every single year. But this is an important cause. What does the money go toward?
It's a very worthwhile, very important cause, not only for Houston firefighters and their families, but for the community that we serve. The proceeds go to buy equipment that is not covered under the city's budget, as well as where this calendar really was born from is to help burned children throughout their lives with the garments and the expenses that go along with it. So it's dealing with the community that we serve, but it's also taking care of the men and women and their families in the event of a disaster or in the event of hard times. And most importantly, some amazing equipment that we would never have because of the city budget, because of our amazing donors, our amazing sponsors, and this amazing calendar.
Our firefighters play such a critical role, Laura, and anytime there is an emergency, there is a disaster, they are on the front lines, they are there when we need them the most. Are a lot of people surprised that there are, because of tight budgets, that there is a gap in their equipment that they use every single day on the job?
Yes, we do. We have a lot of donors that are very shocked to hear that. We have a lot of people that forget that EMS is also part of the firefighters. So we do a lot of both. So we do have a really hard time trying to explain that, but once we get it to them, they know what we need, and we've been able to bring a lot of equipment to the department. We've been able to really close the gap on some of those things. It's been great.
And Marty, as you mentioned, our firefighters and their families, in the case of a natural disaster or a situation where these firefighters, where they need help, you know, where there's an emergency and they've got to leave family at home or maybe a flooded home, that's also one of the gaps that is bridged by the sales of this calendar.
Absolutely. What we tell people is when Houston firefighters and paramedics go out there and respond to the citizens we took an oath to protect every day on their worst day, we often forget about ourselves. And when firefighters are in trouble, who do we call? We're very, very bad about asking for help, but we're very good about taking care of each other. So one of the key critical components of this foundation is to ensure that we have the resources available for them, because they leave their families to go out and to answer the call while their own homes are being destroyed. That is a calling. It is something that we do when we take an oath. And so we want to be there to take care of them so that they can take care of their families.
And just to give our viewers an idea of the scope, how many fire stations and firefighters are we talking about?
We are the third largest fire department in the nation, nearly 100 fire stations, nearly 4,000 men and women. But also, as a plug, we need more men and women. So if you feel as though that you have the ability or the desire in your heart, we need you to sign up. We need about 600 more firefighters and paramedics as we stand today.
Hey, plug away, because
Yes.
we certainly need that. Laura, how much fun is it for you to produce this calendar every single year?
It's a lot of fun.
She loves it.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
It's not stressful at all.
Yeah, it's not stressful at all. It's definitely a different portion of my job. It's one of the many things that are under my umbrella, but it's a lot of fun. I get to work with all of the guys, and we have a really good time together. I've gotten to meet a lot of them. I've gotten to learn a whole lot about the fire department through them and gotten to see it through their eyes, which is also super special, and have gotten to see why they want to do it. Even the gentleman that photographs our calendar is a Houston firefighter. So it's really become one of those things where we are kind of like family, and we do spend a lot of time together, and I do feel like the mother hen of the calendar. So
She definitely keeps them in line.
I try. I do try.
That's for sure.
Do they have to be kept in line? I've been lucky enough.
You know, the mayor sometimes tells people all the time, like, you don't want to be stuck in a room with me negotiating something for 3 hours. You don't want to be in a room with Laura and not listening, because she works so hard to get this done, and her heart is in the right place. And she's been absolutely tremendous with this entire, not only calendar, but the foundation and growing it. So it would not be here if it was not for her work. So.
I can imagine you in charge, Laura. More baby oil.
Exactly.
More baby oil.
Or olive oil. Or olive oil.
Or olive oil.
Yeah, I've been known to forget that. That is the piece I tend to forget, is the baby oil.
That's why she
We've
found
had-
olive oil.
Okay, I was totally kidding about that, but apparently I'm onto something.
No, I
Okay,
tend to forget it.
Before we meet the guys, very, very quickly, I mean, so many of these firefighters I've become friends with over the years. A lot of them have been a little nervous to do this every year,
yes,
right?
they do. We've had some that have called and been like, "Are you sure? Like, do you want us to try?" And I'm like, "Yes, please come try out. Like, this is part of it." And once they get comfortable, they really get in their skin and they feel really happy. That's the fun part. So this year we did a little bit of a different thing with the calendar. You'll see there's some really fun pictures in there. It's not just very cut and dry, and that's because we kind of let their personality show through who they are through their photos. So there's some fun ones in there. It's definitely taken a fun turn this year.
Okay, Laura Stein, Marty Langton, HPFFA, thanks so much. Okay.